Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are back in Gangyang again, and this is to do another garbage run. I heard that they improved the payouts recently, and I wanted to check this out, so let's get going here. The thing is, from what I heard, they kinda improved it in two ways. First up, there was a bug before, which meant that you were not getting the payout that you were supposed to get. So it was more like, I think below, I thought I had the brake pulled. I think it was supposed to be slightly below 20k at some point, and that was what I was still getting. But we were supposed to be getting more like 30k, and now it seems to be up by 3 times, so we are almost getting 90k, so that seems like a bit excessive, but hey, I'm gonna take it. Also, I could have maybe gone into reverse because that should give me another light here. How is that supposed to work? I know that some of it is... Oh, both of them are going to activate with the interior light. Okay. I knew that there was some backlighting here so that I can have a bit more going on at night if I want to load the truck. I just completely forgot how it was set up to begin with. But yeah, I wanted to check this out and see how much we are going to get paid right now. I think there's another card on the Trello for this entire thing. Because what we have right now is, I think, just a static payout for loading the items onto the truck. But there isn't really a payment for the delivery distance. And I hope it's getting added at some point, because right now, I mean, no matter how they do it, if it's gonna pay the same for every destination, you're better off just staying in Jeju and not doing the longer runs from the refinery, from the Gwangjin town or Gappa even. I mean, Gappa to landfill is not that much. Then again, you have to go around quite the detour to get there. But yeah, it's gonna be more worthwhile getting the stuff from here to the power plant. Or from Jeju to the power plant. I think the distances are about equal. At least there's not too much of a difference there. And yeah, right now I just wanna see how much it's gonna pay out at all and what this is gonna be. Also, I figured something out recently, and I don't know if it's been completely fixed, but you may have seen me doing some weird stuff with my camera when I try to do fine adjustments, and it's just not gonna go how I want it to. The thing is, for the longest time, on my old PC, I've been using a really bad controller. I've been using one of my old Xbox 360 controllers, and while I love that thing to bits, it's really nice to hold and all of that, but it at some point got some really obnoxious stick drift. So when they introduced the option to do some dead zoning for the controller sticks, meaning that around the middle you wouldn't get any inputs even if your stick was slightly off center, I decided to go with something like 25 or 30%. And yeah, I never really realized that, but with how the game does that, basically, imagine there being like a graph, two-dimensional, and you just have a line going from 0 input to 100, and the output usually would be matching that, so you go from, let's say with camera steering, you would go from 0 to 100 maximum speed, whatever you have set. And that's how it would usually work. And you know what, I think I may have actually have taken off the dead zone. Oh no, it still is active at 30%. Okay, interesting, doesn't really feel like that much. Okay, I'm Yeah, I think they have already fixed it, and with this controller I don't need that at all anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. The thing is, with my... I cannot even get where I need to use the mouse here. Let's remove it entirely and see how much smoother it's gonna be. I may actually have some stick drift with this one as well. But yeah, this is now going very smoothly. Anyways, the problem was, if you usually start with 0 input, you get 0 output, but then with 1% input, you would get 1% output, and so on and so forth until you add full input and full output. The way the dead zoning worked in this game, and this was apparently a bug, is that a double layered parking lot here? I may need to report this one, this is definitely floating. The way this used to work is that basically if you go with 0 or with a 30% dead zone, you would end up cutting off the first 30% of not only your input but also the output. So if you go to 25% input, nothing's gonna happen. If you go to 35, you're also suddenly gonna have 35% of your camera rotation speed. So fine adjustments are just not possible anymore. And after I noticed that happening, I made a bug report, and now it's apparently fixed. And yeah, it means that if you go set up the entire thing to 30%, that I always feel like fucking hell. I always hit the parking brake, but for some reason it barely ever actually stops the entire thing. Doesn't stay on. So yeah, the big difference was you set it to 30%. If you give 31% input, it used to give you 31% output. And now it would be more like 1% or something. The thing would be then scaling a bit differently, so at 100 you still get 100% output. But yeah, it would still allow you to do somewhat finer adjustments. So that's how it should be. I'm still likely gonna go back to the to having some input dead zone here. Because actually, if you want to do stuff like putting on lights or something, and then you need to do rotation to turn them around or so, it's really nice if the whole thing doesn't react to every single minor input. So you can actually go a bit further up with your stick and then only starts reacting. That feels a bit more precise, but right now for what I'm doing here, it's working out pretty well. But yeah, that's basically the reason why I've had some issues with my camera movement, because every time I tried to do fine adjustments, it just wouldn't give me fine adjustments, it would just go full ham all the time. And I only figured out that it was the dead zone setting when I looked at it again. And I've been playing like that for over a year. It's kind of embarrassing in a way, but well, if it's always active, how are you going to notice that there's a problem to begin with? Or that it could be different? Oh god. Also, I'm now permanently using 200% steering input, because otherwise it's just annoying with how sluggish and unresponsive the vehicles are. I think it actually helped me race better in the recent events as well, so that's kinda cool. Maybe not the Halloween event, because my car was messed up with my tunings and all over the place. But everything else was going pretty well. I felt like I was maybe tryharding a bit too much in the Halloween event, but yeah, once I learned about there not being any engine restrictions apart from it needing to be regular fuel. I thought, hey, going with a V12 is kind of a must at that point. So yeah, that's what I did, and it kinda backfired. So yeah, anything else about those topics? I think I got it pretty much. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like I'm really kinda good if I have one topic to focus on, but once I'm through with everything I want to talk there, I'm just really grasping for straws when it comes to the next topic at hand. In the meantime, we are just collecting the trash here. It's just business as usual. I've done these kind of things so often. So let's see, I think we are done with downtown here. There isn't really that much trash around here. So we might be going more to West Gappa, West Gangyang here to get more stuff. I also recently made a feedback post about getting maybe a rework to the snowy area in the mountain here. Ideally, I would like to see another full blown snow area with a large town possibly, some racetrack and a lot of roads and industry and that kind of stuff, but yeah. I don't think they are going to put down any land expansion to OG anytime soon. So instead what I would like to see is getting the snowy area that we have on Lijo right now just expanded, giving it a bit more love and everything. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, my idea was, and I'm gonna quickly show you guys on the map right here. My idea was expanding the road in the snowy region into a full-blown ring road going around the entire area. Maybe with a few hairpins and that kind of deal. And potentially also another connection to down here for another set of serpentines like these two roads right there. Just getting a few more of those in here and just ending up with a full road that you can drive around on. Possibly one or two industries connected to here, maybe something that needs a lot of cooling and therefore being in a cold area is kind of advantageous. And last but certainly not least, a full-blown racetrack in here. Like an off-road snow racetrack, potentially even making something with multiple layouts since we now can do our own event routes and everything. So yeah, I hope it's gonna get picked on or picked up at some point. I think it would be really popular, and from what I've seen, a lot of people seem to like the idea as it is right now anyways, so yeah, I hope to see that getting expanded on. There have been some other discussions about potential snow seasons, snowy weather, or a snow region in the map. But yeah, I think at this point, getting the stuff that we already have in the game expanded on is the best shot. Not that I would be against getting another larger snowy region for even more of that kind of thing. But I think overall, if something like that gets added, if we get snow in any capacity, it needs to be another permanent region. I've seen the whole seasonal event kind of deal with, partially Railroads Online, but especially GTA. And people started being annoyed by that after a short while, especially since you cannot turn it off. And for some years the devs have not included it in some race events, some years they have. It's kind of fun sometimes, but it gets annoying because you just cannot get rid of it when you want to. So yeah, I think if anything it needs to be a user setting, if it came in like seasons. Weather event, I mean, could be kinda nice, but how often do you end up not liking it when it rains in this game? And snow would be like 3 to 5 times worse. And yeah, especially when it comes to it being some weather event or a seasonal thing that's just gonna be on for a few weeks or something. Any type of job that you are doing right now that might see your vehicle struggle a little bit is going to become completely impossible at that point. So that would be a huge hurdle for some stuff, and also kind of just hindrance. I'm looking for a specific word right now that I cannot find. It would be definitely detrimental to a lot of things that you want to do. So I think it's better getting a specific area set up for snow and set it up well so that it also just looks nice and works well, and yeah, whenever you go in there you know what you have to deal with, and there won't be any guesswork with other jobs or something where you will just have to try out and see if it still works. But yeah, that's just my idea. Could also then of course do additional stuff like having a snow sweeper that can deal cleaning the roads and everything. Stuff is going low condition now. I actually had the chat scroll glitch the other day on these kind of things. Only showed me the first 2 buses and everything after that got cut off. I think I got them to refresh too quickly and the messages came in too quickly after one another. That's usually what seems to break it. But yeah, I made bug reports about that kind of stuff and a few other things here, so yeah, just to see how it's gonna work out in the... just to see that improved at some point. The chat scroll glitch is always such an annoyance when you go online. Okay, one more trash bag over here, and then we can go over to the other place, get everything delivered, and see how much money we are going to make. I don't know if there's any difference between bringing it over to this place over here, the power plant, or if we need to go to the landfill for the bigger payout. I don't think it should make a difference. There, I can also turn off the interior light. The light in the back is always gonna be on. I mean, I could just close the door in the back and that should be alright. But yeah, I like having the light strip in there. It's making loading the whole thing a bit easier. I'd be really curious to see what we could get as a replacement vehicle for this. Maybe another Atlas variant, that would be amazing. Don't know if I would have any 4x2s. Or whether I mind 6x2 or whatever. I don't think we would need that, but I mean, yeah. Just give me a good garbage truck and then I'm gonna be happy with it. I'm just gonna put it into autopilot now that I can quickly do the refresh on the buses and trucks real quick. The last one didn't even need one, but oh look, it's already... It's on the way back from the refinery and it only has 20 units loaded. And it's loading crude oil to go to Jeju Harbor. What the fuck, man? This is not why this is not the thing that I got it for. I was hoping it would be doing something different here. Especially just loading crude oil. Why didn't it get rid of it? I didn't even know that there was a crude oil delivery going to Jeju. I thought it was always going to the refinery. Can I just send it back there? Is that how this thing works? Yeah, I think I got it to go where I think it needs to now turn around here, and I mean, it doesn't really work if it has. Let's just say go to Jeju Harbor and then hopefully pick up something else there. But yeah, the trucks are weird. They don't always do what you want them to, and that's a bit annoying. But yeah, gonna have to see if maybe it's gonna be better the next way around. And yeah, the ghosts are also quite dangerous if they get below your truck. I had a few of them totaled by being flipped over. Anyways, let's see how much money we're gonna make here. Also, I just noticed that this is apparently a 4-seater vehicle. I might have to report that as a bug because I don't think it should be fitting for people. Maybe I should go online and ask a few to get in and see where we last to end up going. But yeah, let's see how much money we are going to make here. Oh yeah, that's a lot. I mean, part of it comes from the town effect bonus, but yeah, that's still quite a lot here. And yeah, I noticed something here. 34 for trash bags give me 68k, so that's 2k per trash bag. 3 give me 3k each, and that's something that I noticed a while ago. The free ones are from the containers, which fill up the whole truck by double the amount as a regular one. But they don't count for twice the money, they only... Oh wait, it's giving me 9k, never mind, that's... I think that's working out. Oh wait, no, yeah, the regular ones give me 2k each, and this one is giving me 3k. But it's taking up twice the space, so actually it's more effective just taking the individual bags instead of the container loads. Because they should be giving me 4k, and I may need to get that talked about at some point, because it's kinda... It's not really amazing. These things should be more of a bonus instead of being like, yeah, it's easier to load, but you're making less money with it. It's... Yeah. I think there should be a general rework of how the stuff works, and maybe they should also take care that this stuff isn't paying this much. The old slightly below 20k was definitely too little. I think 30k for this kind of deal is a decent payout, but 90k is maybe a bit too much. The thing about the garbage trucking is that, yeah, you spend a lot of time collecting the stuff, and that needs to give you a lot of money. There should also be the whole distance factor for stuff down here in OG. But yeah, I think right now it's just it's a ridiculous payout for the type of time that you're putting in here. We have been at it for about slightly more than 20 minutes. 90k for that is outrageously good paying, way too much. But then we're gonna have to see about everything else here. I also want to have a quick look at the place over here, how this one is going. Oh yeah, we have a lot of containers now, which is nice. Yeah, we cannot even take in that much more crude oil, or refined oil really. I mean, a bit should be still possible. Especially if we get like, yeah, plastic and pellets, or the oil and pellets for the 5 plastic. That could fill it up quite nicely. And also, yeah, for pipes we are looking a bit on the low side. So that could still take a bit more. Which is why I made that whole new truck route to begin with. I wasn't too sure how much it's gonna work out in the long run. I like to keeping the stuff to containers because containers, most places don't seem to have a limit on that, and even if there's gonna be other ones on the route that can still take things. So it's the thing that I can just keep on running until I don't want it anymore. But I don't eventually have to shut it off because most places are not gonna care about that. I think for the last bit of this episode, since I'm curious, let's take a look at the industries over here because a lot of them need container input. And I think I hooked them up with one of my routes, so let's see how those places are doing. Might as well go to small cars again. Let's take the nuke. By the way, the nuke is supposed to have a spoiler option at some point. I've seen it on the Trello and I may have made the suggestion to get those things going. But I'm just gonna wait until it's getting implemented. Would have hoped for that to happen with the 0.79 update getting published, but yeah, so far that hasn't been taken care of. I hope it's gonna happen sooner than later. Would be really nice for racing events. But yeah, let's check the factory. I'm not entirely sure if this one is part of the container delivery. Apparently it is because we have almost 40 in here. So it just needs a bit more plastic and then we can get more toy pallets produced. I might actually do a plastic delivery after the episode here. But yeah, let's take a look at the other industries here. Some of these I'm not even totally sure what they are doing. I mean the bakery basically. I mean the meat factory is something that I've been dealing with for quite a while. Actually, I haven't been doing anything with it recently. But yeah, this is one of those places that will just keep on taking in containers, and if output capacity is given, it's just gonna keep on producing. But yeah, if I want to, I can make some meat box deliveries here, which is nice. I might actually have to check in if the places that I would be delivering to can actually take in some stuff. I mean, the burger joint might be quite empty now. Pizza is still looking good. I haven't been doing those in a while. But everything else we would have to take a look at. Food Factory, I think, has a time-sensitive delivery once you get some supplies here. But yeah, this should also be stacked up pretty nicely now. Oh, never mind. But at least it has been producing. So, Airpie Airline Meal Pallet. Not the longest delivery, but it's giving us quite a bit of money, especially if we consider the currently not visible time bonus. So this is actually a really good thing to do. But yeah, this could definitely do with a few more pallets over here. Let's check the last factory over here. I think that's the bakery or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure I had this set up as well. Yeah, 7 containers. And it's delivering bread boxes to AliExpress. We might actually make an episode where we just take care of this. Or I might make an episode where I just check out all the deliveries here. I think that's not the worst idea. But yeah, for now that's gonna be it. I just wanted to check out how all the stuff is going, and it's going well. It's not really that efficient because at the end of the day, the truck that's responsible for all of this is just taking one set of containers here, then going around part of the map. I think it's going to the warehouse over here as well, and then through some of these other places, and whatever it has loaded for, it's gonna be delivering at that point before making its way back to the harbor and getting another load. So efficiency would be something different here, but yeah. I cover my bases. There's always gonna be something that it can load for some nearby location, and that's the idea here. And it's been working out pretty well in the end. So yeah, happy about it. Gonna see that we do something with it and how these things are gonna work out anyways. But yeah, that's for another episode, maybe next one. Till then, thank you for watching, have a good one, and bye bye.